Morning and welcome to the County of Berks Commissioners Board meeting for January the 16th. It is 10 a.m. and we will call the meeting to order. We are transmitting live via Teams, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm going to ask that we stand to observe a moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'll now ask my Executive Assistant, Barbara Lopez, to please read the public comment notice.
Thank you, Commissioner Rivera. Public comment will be accepted in person and through the Q&A function. Please include your first name, last name, and municipality for all comments. Any comments without name and municipality will not be considered. Each citizen can submit one comment. Comment length is dictated by limitations of the platform being used, Teams, Q&A, Facebook, and YouTube. In-person comments will be accepted first, followed by comments submitted virtually. The meeting comment period is limited. This time period may be extended at the discretion of the board. Please be concise. Comments that are germane to county business will be read during the meeting and should not be considered to be interactive dialogue with the commissioners. The county solicitor shall be the final arbiter of whether a comment is germane and should be read. Any commissioner response to public comment will be done at the discretion of the commissioners.
Okay, thank you, Barbara. Move forward, just want to let everyone know that Commissioner Leinbach is joining us, but he is virtual today. That's why I am leading the meeting. We'll now move to the approval of minutes of January the 9th, 2025. Are there any changes or additions to the minutes? If none, the minutes stand approved as presented. We'll now move on to the agenda. Do we have any public comment on agenda items? None in person, none online. So we will move forward with the agenda.
Was that Eric? Huh? Was that Eric?
No.
Oh.
Okay. Can we mute everyone on the call? Okay, thanks. Okay, item number 1 under budget is adopt a resolution authorizing 2024 budget transfers in the amount of $1,510,607 and 2024 appropriations in the amount of $3,255 and 2025 budget transfers in the amount of $100,000 and 2025 appropriations in the amount of $88,066 for listing dated January 10 of 2025. Under Human Resources, we have a few items. One is adopt a resolution authorizing Human Resources recommendations dated January 16th as follows. Number 1, authorize the promotion of Angela Frantz from Office Support 4 to Internal Auditor, Controller's Office, effective January 17 of 2025. Item number 2 is authorize the promotion of Veronica Lepore from Conference Officer 1, Domestic Relations Office, to Executive Assistant, Commissioner's Office, effective January 21 of 2025. We have various items under the Commissioners. Item A, adopt a resolution to declare an emergency with respect to troubleshooting and repairing of a water main break located at the Berks County Youth Center, 1040 Berks Road, Leesport, PA, on January 9, 2025. Such declaration shall waive any and all requirements of procurement law and shall ratify and confirm the purchase orders issued by the Director of Contracts and Procurement for the repair replacement at a cost not to exceed $100,000. Item B, adopt a resolution authorizing the Vice Chair to execute the certification of county funds for 2025 program year to the State Bureau of Farmland Preservation for the appropriation of county matching funds in the amount of $1,054,655 for the purchase of agriculture conservation easements. Item C, adopt a resolution authorizing a letter of support for HDC Mid-Atlantic's application to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Authority Low-Income Housing Tax Credit Program for renovation and improvements at Cornerstone at 6th and Chestnut Streets located in the city of Reading. And item D, adopt a resolution authorizing the modification of the assessment appeal period from July 1st to August the 15th, changing it to June 15th to August 1st, starting 2025. Item 2 is a motion to authorize the execution of contracts, agreements, and amendments as set forth by the contract agenda listing dated January the 13th. And we have 11 contracts, 1 for Berks, 2 for Children and Youth Services, 1 for Children and Youth and Juvenile Probation, 1 for the Coroner, 1 for Ag, 2 for Human Resources, 1 for Juvenile Probation, 1 for Mental Health Developmental Disabilities, and 1 for the Public Defender's Office. And item 3 is a motion to authorize the execution of the payments and electronic transfers for the week ending January 17 of 2025.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? If none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 None opposed. The motion carries. Before we move on to the Treasurer and Controller reports, I do want to mention that we had 2 executive sessions, one on January 10th, with the topics being personnel and contract negotiations, and the other was January the 15th. Topics were personnel, real estate, and litigation. Okay. We will now move on to the reports of the Treasurer and the Controller. We'll start with the Treasurer, Mitch Starkworth.
Thank you, Mr. Rivera. Today we have an opening balance of $202,638,269.79. A balance to clear of $8,892,125.03. Leaving us with a balance of $193,746,144.76. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll now move on to the County Controller, Joe Rutterow.
Thank you, Commissioner Rivera. For the week ending January 17th, 2025, we have a total accounts payable of $19,205,831.39. We have an employee payroll of $5,327,694.23, for a total cash disbursement of $24,533,525.62. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll now move to the report of Chief Operations Officer, Kevin Barnhart.
Thank you, Commissioner Rivera. Just want to make a special note of Commissioners item 11.225D. Adopt a resolution authorizing the modification of the assessment appeal period from July 1 to August 15, changing it to June 15 to August 15, starting this year. There was a presentation at the Budget Ops meeting, as you're fully aware, on Tuesday. Just want to notify to the public, this is being moved earlier in the calendar year. Same period of time to appeal your assessments gives us conformity with most other counties our size in the Commonwealth, as well as gives the staff in assessment a larger opportunity to schedule the appeals. The deadline for all appeals is October 31st every year, so this gives them the flexibility to start scheduling their appeals earlier in the year. So it's a benefit to the public.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you very much. We'll now move on to the Commissioner's comments, and we'll start by Commissioner Linebaugh, who is joining us virtually.
I have nothing today.
Okay, we'll move on to Commissioner Santoni.
Right. Just a couple of things, Mr. Chairman. Couple events that we attended last Friday was our annual meeting with the GRCA, and we were over at the Reading Airport, and our Airport Director, Zachary Tempesco, gave an overview of the, excuse me, the exciting things happening over the airport. The business community was there. The three commissioners had the opportunity to speak to them, answer questions. And I want to also give a shout out to the president and CEO of the Greater Reading Chamber Alliance, Lucine Sahelnick, former commissioner, for her leadership. So that was a great event. It was a sold out event, and it was a pleasure being there. Commissioner Rivera and I also attended the town hall this past week up in Burnville at the Burnville Library. And I just want to also give a shout out to our transportation planner from our planning department, Alan Piper, who was there. There was a big and fairly controversial issue with regards to the road project on 183 and what's happening. People saw it. It was reported on WFMZ, but Alan was there to answer all the residents' questions. And I think there were some challenging questions, and I want to publicly thank Alan for his attendance. My Berks, my County Connections BCTV taping is occurring this week. It'll be shown next Monday, and the issue I'm dealing with this month is Habitat for Humanity office here in Berks County. The executive director, Tim Daly, will be my guest. They do a lot of great work here locally, but I thought it was good in conjunction with the passing of former President Carter, who sort of brought that issue to the forefront many years ago. So we're going to be talking about Habitat for Humanity. That's going to be shown on Monday evening at 6:30. I know that we had a presentation prior to our commissioners meeting, and I also want to commend the coroner's office. I know Coroner Fielding is here. If he wants to say a few words, that's fine. We are recognizing the week of January 19th to the 27th as Medical Legal Death Investigation Professionals Week here in Berks County. We have a resolution that Commissioner Rivera has. I'm not going to read it, but it says some good things about the important work that coroners do. Coroner Fielding, you're more than welcome to say a few words at the appropriate time. So we thank you for your hard work. I know that it goes unnoticed, but we appreciate it, and we're thankful. And my final point, my final recognition, my final comment is on Sunday. There's a very big football game, and everybody knows how I feel about my Eagles, so I brought my hat to wear. Bob's going to like this one too. Go Birds! That's all I have, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Santoni. Yeah, it is. All right, so part of my comments were what Commissioner Santoni had, so I will not go over them. But I do want to read here part of the proclamation that Commissioner Santoni spoke about. And in part, I won't read it all, but it says, whereas county governments and local communities depend on medical legal death investigation professionals, including coroners, as the foundation of medical legal death investigations. And whereas these professionals represent decedents, their families, and their communities to ensure that suspicious, violent, unattended, unexplained, and unexpected death are investigated properly and thoroughly. And then it says, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Commissioners hereby recognizes the important services provided to the citizens of this county by the coroners and other medical legal death investigation professionals, and hereby proclaims January 19th to the 25th Medical Legal Death Investigation Professionals Week in Berks County. So I want to take the opportunity to thank Coroner John Fielding and his staff at the coroner's office for the work that they do. We had the opportunity before the meeting to meet with some of the staff and present them with this proclamation. So thank you, John. Glad you're being here. Then once we're done here, I'll give you an opportunity if you want to say some words. Okay. A few other items is we have no elections board meeting today. Also, the county will be closed on Monday for Martin Luther King Day. So please remember, if you have any county business, we will not be open on Monday. Also, the National Association of Counties holds Leadership Academy. It's a 14-week program. There's pre-work that has to be done. It's really, you have to dedicate the time to get through it. It's not like you go take an hour or two here and there and whatnot. I haven't done it because of the time commitment that it takes, but Christine has done it. Kevin has done it. So there's a few here that have already done it. But this past class, we had 2 graduates from Berks. One is Pam Seaman, the director of our Mental Health Developmental Disabilities Office, and Tim Smith, who is our director of IS, Information Systems. I just want to take the opportunity to congratulate them for getting through this program. We feel that it's important to have our leadership teams, our department heads, go through leadership training because this helps the county overall. Like I said, it is a time commitment for them, but it does present an opportunity for them for professional growth and also for the county, because the better leaders that we have, the better the county will function. So again, congratulations to Pam Seaman and Tim Smith for graduating from the NACO Leadership Academy course. Also want to congratulate Mark and Kim Weber of Moton, who received the bicentennial farm designation at the farm show last week. At the farm show, Ag Secretary Russell Redding recognized Mark and Kim Weber as the bicentennial farm designation. Those are farms that have been in service 100 years or more. But the important thing about this farm is that it has been their family for 200 years. So I think that's a really great accomplishment for Kim and Mark Weber, again, for being recognized for having the family in their farm for 200 years. This doesn't happen a lot, so congratulations to them. And thank you for your commitment to farming here in Berks County. And one last item is I will not be here next Thursday at the board meeting. I will be attending a P Corp board retreat. P Corp is it's a insurance pool for counties. I've spoken about this before, but every year in January they have the annual board retreat, and as a board member for P Corp, I will be there Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday in Hershey. So just wanted to make you aware of that for when you do not see me next Thursday. Okay. We will now move on to row officers' comments, but before that, I would like to recognize we have Kim Feast here. Kim is the director of our Ag department. Kim, is there anything you wanted to add? I know we had an item on here listed in the agenda related to Ag.
Thank you, Commissioner Rivera. Just wanted to say thank you to the commissioners and to the county leadership for the continued support for the certification of funds for the land preservation program and for the continued support of the Berks County Department of Agriculture. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kim. Okay, we'll now move on to the row officers' comments.
I don't have anything at this time. Thank you.
Okay.
I just wanted to say that last week, of course, that was a heck of a game between the Irish and the Nittany Lions. And of course, big game coming up on the 20th. A lot going on next Monday on the 20th. But they're playing the Ohio State, and I would say go Irish. So I've changed from go Lions to go Irish. Hopefully Notre Dame will succeed. And that's all my comments.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Fielding.
you're Scottish. You've somehow become Irish now?
Welsh. Close enough.
Yes, I just want to thank the commissioners for their recognition of the folks that really do the work in my office. We do our work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in all kinds of weather and all kinds of times during the day. And since we're out at the airport, not in the courthouse, many times the folks that work so hard in my office don't get the recognition they deserve. And I was glad to see it today. Thank you very much. The only other comment I think I would make is that we've had several terrible accidents on state roads in this county lately. And I know one was particularly caused because someone got impatient on Route 222 and tried to pass 4 cars in spite of a double yellow line and was hit head on by a tractor trailer, which tore the car in half, frankly. We also had a 2-year-old die on 183. And I know I've traveled 183 a lot, and it's double yellow line most of the way out there. And I understand the frustration of being behind a slowpoke on the road. I've screamed at them with my windows shut many times. But somehow I've resisted the urge to try to pass them on that road. And I would just, remind everybody that it's not worth your life to get a couple of extra minutes in your day. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, John. And I too want to reiterate, I travel 183, and sometimes it is frustrating when you have someone going under the speed limit there. But again, you have to stop and think, is it worth that extra minute or 2 minutes that I'll save to risk your life and someone else's life as well? So encourage everyone to respect the traffic rules, the speed limit, the double yellow lines, and, just breathe deeply and listen to your music, because it's better to get there than to not be able to make it because you got impatient and did something that you shouldn't have done. So thank you. And at the Burnville Community Library, actually had a full house there. And it was, a lot of the questions were around what's happening on 183 and what's being done. There was a meeting about 2 years ago that the community actually put together. It was done at the school there. Penn Burnville School, a full house there as well. And that led to PennDOT moving forward. And Alan Piper did give an update on that. There's some information on WFMZ if you want to learn more about what was shared there. Okay. Do we have any public comment online or in person? No public comment. So before we adjourn, I would just like to officially welcome Veronica Lepore, who will be starting on Tuesday. She was voted on today, so I guess that makes her official, and we welcome her to the commissioner's office here. So welcome, Veronica.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
The meeting is adjourned. Thank you.